Hey everybody, thanks for checking out my channel. I pulled honey supers earlier today and I wasn't going to extract today, but after testing all the honey samples with the refractometer, and if you're a new beekeeper, if you want to see the video of where I put on bee excluders or took the honey supers off, I'll put a link up here to both of those. But I'm going to extract this on the same day because I'm not sure if this is picking up. We took 12 total readings of capped and uncapped. A lot of the uncapped was lower moisture content than some of the capped honey, which was sort of strange, but I would never extract uncapped honey before. But now that I got the refractometer, that's a really cool tool, and it's not that expensive. If you don't have one, I suggest getting one if you're a beekeeper that extracts honey. Our average was 16.48% out of 12 readings, which is awesomely low. Under 20 is acceptable. I think under 20 or less is where you actually call it honey. And 17 or less is great. This will have like zero chance of fermentation. So I'm going to do some extracting today. My lovely assistant, my wife, she cracked my honey spinner. Honey extractor is just a basic 2-frame extractor. Works good enough for me and my small operation. I'll uncap them in this little tote. I got a few uncapping tools, but some of these just scrape and cut the honey off, or the cappings off. I'll do that in here. Then we'll spin it here, and then it'll go through a couple strainers here into this bucket, and then it'll go into the jars, which I have a pile of jars clean there, and I got a few plastic bottles here as well. All right, I'm gonna get some honey in here and start scraping some cappings off. Okay, another thing I learned about extracting honey is that it can be messy. So I put a tarp down, put my super in one tote. I'll uncap them in this tote. Anything that drips out of there will be caught there. I also got to put up a sheet of plywood now to keep my crazy dogs out of here. I don't want honey full of dog hair either. So let's get one frame up here. Okay, here's one that has some capped, some uncapped. And before, I probably wouldn't have even taken this frame. I would have left it go because of all the uncapped honey on it. But now I'm definitely confident. When you put your frames into a 10-frame box, if you just do 9 frames, a lot of times they'll build this out past, which makes it nice for cutting the caps off. This is where maybe having a heated knife would be a lot better. But we can just trim off these cappings as many as possible with this knife. This dark patch in here was probably from where the queen laid brood at one time. I'll trim this other side off here as much as possible. The rest of it is down below the frame. So I can take either this small scraper like this. This works fairly well. Just scrape the tops. But I'm going to get one more done here, and then I'll show you in the extractor. I'll hold it down, so crank it a few times. Once one side's done, pretty much, I mean, there's a few cells that are still capped here. Not a big deal. I just put this back on the bees. They'll get a little bit back from me. I don't take 100%. Flip these over, spin the other side. Not sure if you can see that, but the honey just sprays out against the side of the extractor. It's already starting to pull up down at the bottom. So we're going to run through all these frames. I'll just put them back into here. Then I'll take them back out tomorrow, and we'll put them right back on. The hives, best part about this is they got comb that they can just start working on again. They'll come up there, they'll clean all that up, and they can start filling this back up with the whole funny. Wow, I'm losing my speech abilities. They can get ready to fill these back up with the whole. My wife is having a blast laughing at me. The fall honey flow. We usually have a really good fall honey flow. That's a tongue twister. Wow, try saying that, Jen. Try saying that real quickly, woman. Say it.
Fall honey flow.
Oh, Of course you can do it well. Oh, well. Finish extracting these babies. And the next step, I'll just show you running it through the filtration process. And then I'll show you bottling a couple jars up. Well, it's not all extracted yet, but I'll show you the filtration process. We had to run some out because it was coming up to the bottom of the actual spinning mechanism. So you can't let that happen. So we're gonna run a bucket out. I basically got a 2-stage filter, stainless steel filter. Then I just put one of these nylon ones here. It's not necessary really, but like when you're giving it away or something, some people get weird when there's little flakes of stuff in there. But I'm gonna run out maybe 2 or 3 gallons here, it looks like, and then I'll get back to processing the rest of it, or spinning the rest of it out. After we get this all filtered through, then I'll show you bottling some up. Okay, and now for the most satisfying part of the whole process. Dogs are going wild too here. The dogs decide to start fighting in the background right now. Oh well, this is real life at my house. Okay, and there's 12 jars. All right, I'm gonna finish bottling up a few more jars and then I'll show you the final results. All right, here's my final haul. I got 90 pints plus a couple nice chunks of comb. They had some wild comb built on there, so I just pulled them off and cut them out. Kept them separate. I'll throw those 2 guys in the freezer for a few days. And I still have some rendering out in a pot. There's probably a couple jars in there, but I'll give that back to the honeybees after I render down the wax. And oh, I forgot to mention, in the previous video I was showing how to use a refractometer and stuff, and I never mentioned why you check for moisture content in honey. If you go like 20% or greater in honey, it will ferment. There's a good chance it'll ferment, and this is all at under 16.5 actually percent. This will probably never ferment. This is the kind of honey I think that will last forever. Alrighty, if you enjoyed this video, again, if you could give me a quick thumbs up. I got to give thanks to my wife too. She hands me jars while I'm filling them up and stuff, and it makes a messy job a lot easier. All right, it's a beautiful day outside. I got to go put some boxes back on the beehive so they can clean them up and get back to work making honey for the fall. Hope you all have a blessed day, everybody. Thanks for watching.